Oh, hi there. I'm Musty Hobbit, and there's nothing that a hobbit loves more than another helping of Second Breakfast, so welcome back. And for some of you, if this is your first time seeing Second Breakfast, this is my weekly show where I like to talk about myself, the things I've been watching, the things I've been playing, and I usually pick a topic for the week. So this week, we're actually be talking about hard games. So this month on the Bonus Barrel podcast, they've been addressing difficulty in games. They've been discussing things and themes such as the game's Ninja Gaiden. They've been talking about some of their most challenging bosses and challenging levels that they've had to encounter in generally non-challenging games. And then they've also been discussing the Souls series. And so, being the listener that I like to be, I like to participate when there is the opportunity. And so, while they are playing Dark Souls 3, I wanted to start from the beginning. Having recently gotten a PS3 and picked up a very good deal on a copy of Demon Souls, I wanted to start here. Is the beginning of the effective beginning of that series. I thought it would make sense. And as I mentioned last week, this game is crushing me. And to this point, I have not gotten past the first official bonfire. My save file says 27 minutes, but I have easily logged close to 3 hours into this with what I feel is zero progress. Now, I'm not going to pretend that the Souls series doesn't thrive on the fact that it is difficult. But at some point, you have to start asking yourself, when is a challenge like this too much? And at what point is it okay to just walk away? So within the last 2 weeks, I've played and completed Megaman 2 on the NES for the first time. Granted, this is one of the easier Megaman games, but it's no cakewalk. I'm generally proud that I was able to do that. I also played through Ori and the Blind Forest on the Xbox One, the definitive edition, and that was a fantastic exploration game that has its own share of challenges. But what I feel a game like Ori and the Blind Forest does is that the Demon Souls isn't doing, is give a sense of accomplishment and incremental learning. And something that you would see them doing, you're not simply thrown into a world. You're eased in a little bit. You feel as though you are progressing, improving, and eventually mastering skills. And by building on those skills and getting you to master them, they build up the difficulty and ramp that up over time to the point where you hit your crescendo at the peak point of the completion of the game and the ending. Really, there were many moments in Ori that were teeth-grittingly difficult, but I persevered and managed to get through it, and it was a fantastic game. Absolutely high recommendation. The problem is when I have that type of a challenge, and then I go back and I look at Demon Souls, it makes me wonder, will I continue with Demon Souls? And to be totally honest, I am leaning toward no. I mean, there comes a time for a challenge, but at the same time, when you're playing a game and you see no progress and really no way to proceed past the challenges in front of you, it's really demotivating. Now, my game time is limited. I have a more than full-time job. I am a father, and I don't get but a few hours a week, maybe an hour a night or two to play games. And so to sit down and see my save file sit where it was when I started my game, that's just not fun. And just for right now, I think Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all of that, I think it just might not be the time right now. Now, that's not to say that I will never play it. There will be a day where I just want that type of punishment, and at some point that would be the time that I may pull this out again. But in the face of so many other things that can cause frustration, I kind of like my gaming to be a safe haven, and I would much rather have something that builds me up to the point where I am overcoming challenges like Ori than sinking into something that just is there to destroy me over and over again, and really take what I like to think of as a stress relief and turn it into stress. No, I'm not advocating that games need to be easy or that games shouldn't be hard. But it can be hard to grab an audience when the odds are stacked against you and there just seem like there is no way to combat it. So I'm interested to hear from you. What are your thoughts here? Where do you draw the line? And at what point do you consider walking away from a game solely on the difficulty? Leave me a comment below if you do. As with every second breakfast, if you did like the episode, please give me a thumbs up. It lets me know that these are going in the right direction, and I certainly am interested to know that. And for those of you who are still with me now, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on with me. Now, as you noticed, I've shuffled the order of things here so that we can kind of get to the meat of the episode. But for those of you who are still here, thank you. I'm glad that you're here and that you are interested in me. This week, like I said, I beat Ori and the Blind Forest. That game is fantastic. I could not recommend it more highly. This has been a really Metroidvania weekend, and I don't really like using the term Metroidvania, but Metroid Samus Returns came out, so I have been playing a good chunk of that. I got some good game time in with that on Saturday and Sunday, but then Sunday afternoon, I decided I wasn't going to watch. I really didn't feel like watching football, and really pushed to finish Ori, and it was great, absolutely great. Please pick it up. It is one of the, I know you can get it on Windows 10, but if you have an Xbox One and have not played Ori, I highly recommend it. I've been watching, we started watching The Orville this week. My wife and I were looking for something new to watch since it's kind of that new TV season, and so The Orville had started, and we both really enjoy it. We're looking forward to watching that every week. We'll be watching it on Hulu most likely, but so if you have Hulu, go ahead and check out The Orville, or if you want to watch it, I believe it's Thursdays on Fox. I've also been dipping into, along a similar theme, I've been dipping into old Star Trek The Next Generation episodes. I am still in season 1 at this point. I think I watched episode 15 and 16 of that first season. Making my way through. I'm enjoying it. It's borders on campy sometimes, but not too bad. There's some shots that look like they're out of place, or that they were a little more amateur than others, and then you get the actual crew, and then all of a sudden things seem to make sense. But I'm really enjoying that. I'm going to keep plugging away at that. Other than that, the big 50th episode Polykill is actually Thursday night, so the 21st. They are streaming that on Twitch, and they will have the chat open, is what they had mentioned. So if you are watching this on Thursday, I think they said 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. I'm not sure. I assume it'd be the Polykill Twitch channel, but be there. 50 episodes is a huge milestone, so big congrats to Jake and Travis. I'm pretty excited to see what they have put together for episode 50. Yeah, aside from that, I don't know if there's been a whole lot else going on. I'm taking a trip out of town this weekend, so I'll be prepared to talk a little bit about that next week. But again, let me know your thoughts on hard games, and if Demon's Souls is something that you have. Maybe if you have ideas to help me get better at this game, so that I just don't feel like I'm banging my head against a wall. Let me know. Send me a DM on Twitter if you've got some ideas, or leave a comment down there if you have suggestions. But I just can't. I just can't beat myself up like that. I need to not feel that level of stress when I'm supposed to be having fun. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave you there. Again, thank you for sticking around if you stuck around this long. I think I'm gonna be doing this type of format where I hit the topic first and then move on to me. But for now, I have been Musty. Take care of yourself. Be good to each other. Bye.